Sorry, guys. Anyway, so I'll just recap this one really fast and then get on to the other one. I entered calls, 50 of them. I held this because I did not have two consecutive closes below the 20 and the 200 EMA. I thought I was going to get out here, but I waited until to see what this candle was going to do. It went green, so I stayed in the trade. That's my strategy. That's how I typically trade. Um, I did add 10 calls right here, as you can see. I added 10. I scaled out 3. I scaled out 10. I scaled out 40. I scaled out 10. And what I was saying earlier, guys, I really messed this up because I scaled out 40, and that's just where the emotion part of trading comes in, I guess, because I was in drawdown, I was at a loss, and so as soon as I got up here in profit, I scaled out early. In reality, if you look at this, we broke structure. That's where most of the time you're wanting to get into a trade, right? That's a very, very um, high probable continuation. Once you break structure and you close above, I should have just maybe scaled out 10, maybe scaled out 20, but not 40. But I did. I scaled out 40, and then because this would have been about a maybe a $4,000 trade if I had kept that much in, but I didn't. I don't want to sound greedy, but honestly, that's the proper way I should have traded this. I should have scaled out maybe 10 here, excuse me, 30, maybe 20 or 30 here, 40 here, and then the remaining ones up here. So I did, you can see what I scaled out. 8, I scaled out on the second red consecutive candle, which is what I called out. I let the group know that I was getting out if I saw 2 consecutive reds. And so I did. Though I think a lot of guys in the group took this. I think a couple FOMO'd out on this move right here, which was a bummer. But I held it through my conviction. I held it through my trading strategy. The only thing that had me a little concerned is it came back below my long LRC, which is this orange line, and closed below it. So that had me a little concerned, but I still held waiting to see what was going to happen below the 20 and the 200, which helped me to make this profit. Otherwise, I would have had a loss. So very important lesson to be learned there. It worked out. You have to stick to your trading plan. As much as I don't a lot of times, I really do try, but I don't all the time, and that's just the emotional part. Okay, so Meta, similar trade, got into it. Um, I got into Now this one was a little hairier, right? I got into this as a break of structure. We closed here, we broke structure to the left. I got in 10 calls right here. Right away, I'm at a loss. Um, I had this push down, but then the buying pressure pushed it back up above 590 and the 20 EMA. So I added 5 more here. Got a big dump, waited to see what was going to happen. I never even went red. This opened here and went all the way up green and ended up closing here, but was never a red candle. So it didn't make me get out, and I didn't have a second red close, so I continued to hold. Um, as much as I was sitting there telling myself why I'm going to take a loss on this, because the market wasn't doing well. Like if you look at SPY around this time, SPY was just bad. It was just wicky all the way up until like 10 something. And we get this, right? We had FOMC today, so we knew we were going to have some choppiness and some garbage to deal with, and we dealt with it. This is not a normal trade by me. I don't normally trade into the 200. I was going with some other things happening with the market with Amazon, and so I decided to give this a go above this 590, thinking we were going to get a really big move. Well, I did. I did get a big move, but I was in lighter. I scaled 5 out once I broke up the second move above the 200 EMA.
I scaled 5 more on this green candle. I scaled 3 on this candle that went above my LRC level. And then I decided to I took one at the move above the yellow LRC. And then I exited on the third one, and that's only because I was busy with something else. I would have exited on the second red right here, but I missed it. And I just had too many things. I was trading my small account. I was also talking in chat. So I missed my opportunity to get out here. It wasn't that much more given back because it was only one that was left, but even still, it would have been smarter to get out right here. Um, but that's okay. I did get out on where I got out on the third red candle, and I made a $1,475 profit. So that was a fantastic, another great trade today. I had some losses on the day as well. PLTR. This one was just a cluster all the way around for me, guys. So PLTR, I missed this part of it. This was beautiful. Look at what happened right here. And for you guys that's using this strategy, learning it, this is really really important to look at. I know my thumbnail is off. I will change my thumbnail afterwards. The wrong one got inserted, but I can't change it while it's live. Um, so check this out. Boom. What is this? This is my long LRC, this blue line. This is our anchored LRC, which is what we trade, our intraday levels. You get your close right here. That was the perfect A plus entry right there. Bam. I missed it. So I was like, okay. And that's when I was trading Amazon and Meta and others, right? And so I decided that I'm going to see if it clears the 111 level that I had drawn. And I would get in there where it went up, but I didn't get any follow through. It came back. But I did like this retest and it came back up above and then it cleared structure. So I entered. But here's where I went wrong. I loaded puts instead of loading calls. So I loaded puts right here and I got in puts. And by the time when I realized, I was like, oh, this is moving up good. This is looking great. I looked over at my P&L and I was going down. So I got out real quick and I ended up with $100 loss on that because I got out quickly. And I decided to re-enter right away on the large account, which was not smart. I don't think, well, mainly because that was just trying to catch something that I missed. I shouldn't have done that. So just that was just bad, emotional trading, which you shouldn't do. Um, but the other thing I missed was this. I wasn't paying attention. Look at my long LRC. Look where this thing started, stopped during the day, stopped at the end of the day, and went all the way back up again. So you gotta learn the long LRCs and trust them, guys. They are phenomenal. They really are. So practice them, learn them, get good with them, and learn to trust them because they will help you to be a better trader for sure. So anyway, I got in. Calls. I ended up getting out on my second red close below the 20 for a $750 loss. So a total of 850 total blunder. So should not have even traded that trade like I did. I really thought I was going to get a continuation up. I did not pay attention to the long LRC, so that one got me. And then, oops, oh, that was Metas. Yeah, okay. So this was another bad trade for me today. I lost $1,075 on this trade, and I know what I did wrong, and it was just a mistake. I wasn't watching Meta on my main trading chart. I was looking up at it up at my grid, and my right monitor is over here, and the very top right is MSTR. on that grid, or it was today. And it appeared, don't know what it was, but it was a small chart. I thought it closed above the 395 and the 200 EMA. So that's why I got in. And it shot up afterwards, but then came right back down. And because it wicked back up off of this, I didn't even have time to get out. I was like, okay, I'm already past my long LRC. I closed. I almost exited, but I was like, look, I'm going to use the low of day structure now as my overall loss, just because at that point I was at such a loss. I was like, oh my gosh. So it came back up. I thought there was some hope trading into the 200. I got a green, red, green, green, red. And I was like, okay, this thing's coming back down. Came down again below my LRC. I decided to get out. I was like, I'm done. So I ended up with a $1,075 loss on that trade. And then I did make a couple small trades that helped with my profits today. But if I hadn't taken the PLTR, that's another extra 1,000 I would have made today. But anyway, Tesla had this really nice move. I would not trade into the 275, not something I'm going to do. So I waited. I wanted to see if this got below. It did. So I decided close below. Actually, I took my trade here. I got my close. I took the second candle down. I exited right at the long LRC tick. I don't know if I got it at the bottom. I probably didn't, probably around in here. So I made a quick $290 just a scalp off of that with 5 contracts. So it was just a nice little addition to the profits on the day. But outside of that, that was it. I'll go back and show you what I did. My week has been pretty dang solid. Well, Monday was my lowest day. I did, I made only like 350 on Monday, and on my large account, on my small account, what did I make? I made $60 on Monday, and on my small account, I had almost as many losses as I had profits. I did have one SPX profit that helped bring me up to about a $350 profit on the day. Then on Tuesday, I had a really decent day, or I had a really good day on Tuesday. I had over a $6,000 day on Tuesday. I had one trade that was $4,200 and one trade that was 2,960, and then another trade for $245. I did take a loss on Nvidia for $1,295 on Tuesday. Tuesday was a fantastic. Yesterday was a great day, and today was a great day too. Just having some struggles with the chop, and that's just normal, right? We're gonna have that. I'll show you what I did on yesterday, and why that was such a good day. So PLTR, I decided to take. I didn't catch this one, but I got in right here. And I believe I actually got in. It was going down fast, right? This was moving. So the selling was happening really quick. I think I got in about halfway down. And I told the group that if I come back up above my high of this candle or my open, I was going to get out. Excuse me. It almost did. But guess what I did? I added. I added right there just in case it kept going. It did not. It turned around, came out. I scaled out and then I exited down. I scaled out here. I scaled out here and I took final profit at the long LRC, which was like I said, $4,200 profit yesterday. So that was a huge profit. I did get in really heavy, so that's why I profited so much there. Um, so excellent trade. And then I also got into, what did I get into yesterday? Oh, SPX. I had a great SPX trade yesterday as well. Sorry I don't have the LRCs for yesterday, but I just didn't have time to do it. Where did I get in? I think it was right here. Yeah, I think it was right here. I got in here. It was either there or here. I honestly don't recall. I'll have to go back and look at my time. It may have been this one. Yeah, I think it was early. So had a great retest of the 200 EMA, closed. I'm pretty positive this is it. I entered puts here. I think I entered 5 puts. Scaled out like 3 on this big move to here. Scaled out 1, held 2, exited at 557, and that was a 2,900 and here I'll just drag it over. It was $2,960 profit, and I had a 245, a 4,200, and I did lose on Nvidia. And that was it. That was my day yesterday. Monday, I don't have all my information for Monday. Um, but once again, we just had it. We kind of had a rough day. Look at this garbage in the morning. This would have been a good put right here. I missed this. That would have been beautiful. Look at that. That was calling our names right there, guys. That is absolute perfection. Consolidation at the top, not getting above your 562 level. You close below. That's what makes this so great. You close right below and broke structure at the exact same time. It was like right there. It's exactly what I want to see. If you drew a line up, you broke your trend, you broke your structure, you broke your 20, your 200. Right there's your entry, SPX all day long. You could use this as your exit or the 20 and 200 as your exit. That's it. Really tight risk or a loose risk, depending on how much you're willing to lose. If you got in here, scale out here, that's a long LRC, the pink, and a 38.2% retracement level. I had these drawn in. And then scale out at the long LRC, or I'm sorry, that's a 50%. I thought that was an orange long LRC. And then take your profit when you hit 59. Man, that right there that was a swing and a miss today. That was gorgeous. This right here, I wasn't trading at 2 o'clock. I tried to get back in. I was out and about, so I didn't make it back to trade FOMC. I hope you guys were able to catch this below the 559 level. We held that all day, and then we finally broke it. Right here would be your entry, and man, you just would have made a killing on SPX puts right there. So anyway, easy stuff, guys. I really appreciate it. I have things I have to get done now. Sorry for the audio in the very beginning. That seems to be a theme of mine. Don't know why. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. If you would, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, so you can see more videos like this. And I promise I'll try to keep audio on at the beginning of the videos. So I really appreciate everything, guys. Take care. Have a good evening. I will see you tomorrow.